Welcome to Uplifting Humans, where we honor, empower, educate, and inspire the listener. I'm Cylindrin Buller, your host. Our guest today is Marijana May, born in Croatia, but loves to travel to Thailand on a regular basis. During her many voyages to Thailand, she found her new passion for meditation and personal development. Currently, she's spreading the teachings not only in Croatia, but in many other neighboring countries. Along with that, she writes a blog, she is a podcaster, and she empowers women on how to be online entrepreneurs in hopes that we all grow and live more purposefully and bring more joy into our life. Welcome, Marijana.
Thank you so much, Cylindrin. Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show. And what we're going to do is we're going to get started by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get on to having a normal life, going to Thailand and discovering meditation and personal development?
This is very interesting question, because I will give you some answer. So you said normal life. This is correct. Normal life is it's called a boring life, because it's mediocrity. It's just doing your most existential thing. Not living to the fullest.
That's right.
So yes, I was not satisfied with my life, and I was always striving for something greater, bigger, something more meaningful, purposeful. And so one day my fiance and I decided to travel to Thailand, and we prepared for this big event for 2 years,
Okay.
Then we lived in Thailand, and I really fall in love in that beautiful country. I learned a lot about myself, about other cultures, about people, about universe, about world, about life. So it really changed me in so many ways. It shifted my mind, my mindset.
Yes.
And I start to be more and more myself.
I see.
And then in that beautiful change, painful and beautiful change, because every change is painful, but it's still beautiful.
Yes.
As we grow, it's not easy to go outside of comfort zone, to be prepared to do so many different new things. So then I decided to share my knowledge, experiences, thoughts, feelings with other people. And I started my blog.
And you started your blog. And I know that you've spoken about your blog. Now, you have a huge following. I think you had expressed that it's like 500,000 people or something like that.
Yes.
And obviously you have something worth, speaking about. That's why you would have those kind of numbers. Now, I know that you had said that you love to empower women on how to be entrepreneurs, and what actually fascinated you about teaching women and not men?
Because I'm a woman.
Okay.
Fair enough. Why people ask this question, that question, because so it's also because I'm a woman. I understand women much better than men, so I'm always focused on something. I don't like to spread so much.
Right.
Just a second. So I'm a very focused person. I like to concentrate and to put all my energy and strength into something. So I'm a woman. I understand women, and this is the main reason. And also in Croatian language is different when we write and speak, because in English you can say you, and it can be female or male, but when you say you need to be more specific to men or woman. And then I didn't want to write like to general public, like in plural,
Right.
Plural. I always write to one person,
I see. I
And I
see.
focused only on women, but of course many men also follow me, read my blog, watch my videos, and sometimes in videos I talk in plural to all
I
my
see.
followers, but my main focus is a woman because I'm a woman and I understand women.
Yes, and we are a very complex group of people. So
This is our beauty.
it is. It is. Only a woman can understand a woman, really. So that's wonderful that you're doing this work. And I understand that you also do all of this work in not in English, but in Croatian.
Everything I do is in Croatian language. A few months ago, I started podcast in English language, which
Yes.
is now on pause because I have so many projects here in
Yes.
Croatia, so I cannot
Yes.
focus and spread on so many places. So now it's on pause, but I
Yes.
will continue.
I see.
Yes.
Well, this is good. You know, you want to give something of quality. So why go out there and spread yourself thin? Now, what was your first experience? Now, I know that, you know, up to that point when you made it to Thailand, you said, you know, I really was craving to find more of who I am and what my passions were. You wanted, you know, a more peaceful, harmonious life. Um, so you get off the aircraft in Thailand. You're in this beautiful weather, and you get to the resort where you're staying. Can you fill us in, like when you started to do your mindfulness or meditation practice there? And where exactly did you go in Thailand?
In Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is north part of Thailand. It's the most beautiful city
Ah,
with
yes.
special energy. Yes,
Okay.
when we came into Chiang Mai, I felt this. I had this feeling that I belong there,
Ah,
and
okay.
everything was so new for me, of course, because I never been there. But I
Yes.
felt like I know this place. I cannot explain. And also my teacher said, maybe in previous life you were Thai. I said, who knows?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
yes, I researched a lot, and then I went to first the meditation retreat, and it was amazing experience, very amazing experience. And what I like the most about Thailand is culture and people. They are more mindful. Asian people, of course, they are more mindful, more present. They are more grateful, celebrating little things in life, you know. And there is you can see the richness of life everywhere, you know.
And that doesn't mean monetary richness.
No,
It's
no.
being appreciative of the moment and what you do have rather than focusing in on what you don't have.
And to celebrate, they have so many celebrations, you know. They have New Year, multinational, how you say, New Year,
Multicultural, yeah, multicultural.
multicultural,
Yes,
Chinese New Year, Thai New Year, you know.
yes,
They also
yes.
celebrate and Christmas and Eastern and others big, how do you say, I know in Croatian, but
Celebrations of other,
religious, yes.
that's right, other
Yes.
religious celebrations, which is beautiful. And
Yes.
that's amazing because that means that
Multicultural.
multicultural, they're saying, you know what, you're part of us, we're a part of you. And if this is a celebration, we're going to celebrate with you,
Mm, yes.
which is
And
beautiful.
beautiful. And they also have so many celebration, for example, like Floral Festival. It is so
Hmm.
beautiful.
Yes.
And to go to meditation, I had at first meditation retreat, I have this a special moment, awakening insight what meditation is. And then
Hmm.
I was like, what, it's so simple, why people always complicated meditation? Because before I was always searching for the right answer, you know,
Hmm.
reading a lot, watching everything, and I was always confused, you know, because some people say this, the others say that, and then you really don't know what is meditation and how to practice.
Hmm.
No, it was 6 years ago, so we didn't have so much information like we have now. And I finally discovered this process that is so natural, so simple. And I was like, oh my God, this is so simple. But it's not easy at the beginning. It's not easy. Yes. And then I continued to go, to learn, to practice. And it really changed my life.
You became more centered. What is the difference for our listeners, giving you this opportunity to explain the difference between mindfulness and meditation?
So mindfulness you can practice anytime, anywhere. So you have mindfulness practice and you have mindfulness meditation. So meditation is more like a formal practice when you decide to practice. Maybe, okay, I will now this morning practice for 20 minutes, or if I have plenty of time, I will not look at the watch, and practice mindfulness meditation or some other kind of meditation. But mindfulness is like you can be aware of anything, anytime. So you need to focus your attention in this present moment. For example, I'm talking with you, I'm looking at you, I'm mindful because I'm not looking at my phone and talking with you, or, being somewhere in the thoughts. So you are really here and now in this present moment, being aware of this experience in the present moment. So mindfulness practice you can really do anywhere, anytime, whatever. You can focus your mind, focus your attention on something and being aware of that something. You can drink water mindfully, really feel that water, eating mindfully, walking mindfully, working mindfully. You have so many things. You can also meditate while you are traveling or something. So you have this mindfulness meditation. It's like more formal practice because you want to cultivate mindfulness. So mindfulness meditation is for cultivating mindfulness, to be more aware. And during the day, you can do so many things mindfully, anything. Really.
Very nice. And yet, there's a lot of people that feel like they cannot find the time to do that. Do you have any tips for them? Because as you know, there's a lot of people going through a lot of things and they just don't have the time because work.
No,
and
this is no. Let's be honest. They don't want. So I have my online course on meditation and Croatian language, and we start. It's 3 weeks, and every week is some stage. And I said to them, you start with 5 minutes at the beginning, only 5 minutes. Why 5 minutes? Because 5 minutes for the person who start to meditate, it's so much time. Because they will be alone with their thoughts and emotions and feelings, so they don't want that. So start with small steps, 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, 20 minutes, because there is no too much of many things, and they just, by time they 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they are so happy because I didn't force them to 20 minutes. It's like that someone said to me, okay, now run for 20 minutes. What? No way.
You're not
5 minutes
yet.
I can do that. 5, okay. But if I like that, I will go. So little steps.
Yes, it builds.
Do little steps. You can say one, I will I will breathe mindfully for 3 inner breaths, 3 outer breaths. Okay, 3 mindful breaths for the start. Great. And I will do that in many, many situations during the day. You start with that, 3 mindful breaths, you are aware when you breathe in and when you breathe out. And just that, this is so beautiful, a peaceful, a mindful exercise that you can implement everywhere, especially in situation when you have argument, a conversation, a dialogue with someone, when you talk and you are feeling very overwhelmed or anger is rising, then just breathing. So the breath is the main object, meditation object, to focus on breath. So 3 mindful breaths during the day. Right. This is very simple. Well, everyone can do that.
Yes. And there's no excuse to say that I don't have the time, because you could do
No.
that as you're having that moment of trying to figure out what you're doing next, because, doing is a huge thing in life. And what we're trying to do, by our podcast, by our practices, is teaching people just to be. You don't have to always do something. You can just be. And that's a beautiful thing. And now, when you speak about self-respect and self-responsibility, can you share which comes first?
For me, self-respect. First is self-awareness. We need to be aware, conscious about oneself. And then
Yes.
self-respect, because when you respect yourself so much, you will be more responsible.
Yes.
And also, when you are so responsible, you will be more confident, you will be more respectful to yourself. So it's both very important, But when I see the people, when I see this world, how it's functioning, people lack of self-love,
Yes.
self-respect.
Yes. Now, why do you think that? Like, where did that stem from, you feel? Where did that start from? Having no self-respect or self-doubt. Where did that?
The noise. I'm hearing the noise, not now, but I was hearing the noise, like shh. You were doing something.
I was shifting some papers.
It was very noisy.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't do that anymore. Yes.
Okay, no problem. Where lack of self-love and self-respect?
Where did that come from? Where do you feel that a person who has no self-respect or self-love, where do you feel that came from?
It's always from the childhood, the most from the childhood. So maybe if the children didn't have a good family, that are the parents who didn't show love or respect, they didn't accept their kids to the fullest, they always lack that sense of love and sense of self and self-respect. But also because when we are growing older, then we are integrating into society. We go to school. So maybe some children have beautiful families, but they don't have support in the school and later in the life, so they lose their love for themselves and respect because they lack of that. But now there is no excuse to not love yourself and to not have this self-respect, because in many years before we have internet, we didn't have so much information, we didn't have so much books, online courses, now we have so many information. You just need to search. So we always say from the childhood, from the beginning, but there are so many factors. Right. But when we talk about women today, look at Instagram, what they teach young children, young women. You're not beautiful enough. You're not enough.
Yeah.
You need to be perfect,
That's right. That's exactly it. Yeah, but like you said, you have to question where you are. You have to question where you are and how you're going to move forward. So we have great tools. And one of the great tools that you have also stepped into is that you've got a podcast, and, you've spoken to probably a lot of people. And how do you feel that the podcast benefits the listener?
Because you can always find something new, find out something which is useful, practical, something, maybe you will have this aha moment, confirmation, you can always learn something. So people who really invest in themselves, like to learn, they are, junkies for the information.
Of course, you can never.
Useful information.
That's right. You can't get enough. Now, I know that one of the daily practices that you can't live without is, of course, meditation. the other thing that you had said was setting an intention. Can you explain the importance of that?
Intention is very important. It is what you will do, not what you want to do, but what will you do. Maybe you want to do it, maybe you must do it, you know. So you need to be precise. What is your intention? So this is great practice. For example, you can put your intention in the evening or in the morning. It depends of kind of person you are. So you can put intention, okay, this today or tomorrow, it depends when you set intention, I will do that and that. I will feel this and this way. You know, you in front create your day.
Right, right. So
For
it's very
example,
important. It's very important to set an intention.
yes,
Some people call it a form of prayer.
it can be, depends what do you think about prayer.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were about to say something.
I just, yesterday I have my new program and I said, I don't know how you said in English, but I said to my women, that my clients, because we are talking now about, I give them lectures about thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and many of them are struggling with negative thoughts, you know, and emotions. And then I write to them, okay, from today you will see your thoughts as best friend who want to say something to you, and you will see your emotions and feelings as your best female friends who want to I need to translate.
That's okay. Take your time.
How do you say that?
Giving you advice?
Yes, right. So first is male friend who want to say something, and the next is emotions and feelings, because they come from the heart, thoughts from the mind, so the man, you know, male energy, and feelings, woman energy. Like your best friends want to give you advice. And it was very interesting because for these 2 days, yesterday and today, they were like, oh my God, I don't have negative thoughts. When they arise, I don't reject them. I accept them, and I feel so more happy. I feel so more like, you know.
Yes.
And I say yes, because you change the perception, your attitude toward your thoughts, negative thoughts and negative emotions and feelings.
That's
you know,
right.
So it's always about perspective, your attitude. So when you set intention, you are setting attitude toward the day, toward the job, toward some people, whatever you choose.
Right. Beautiful. Now, I know that you had said that in 5 years from now, you have big plans. Can you share them with us?
Well, the best is that you never share, but you asked me, so I shared.
Well, but I'll be honest with you. There's a thought out there that exists that, women in general are very quick to share in something that they're feeling painful about, something negative. But when it comes to good things, they want to hold them in. And the ones that spread very quickly are the ones that are negative and painful, because you're telling 15, 20, 30 people. So it's growing. So, and so we're going to flip it, and we're going to ask you to share your good things. So we're going to help that grow very quickly.
But everything that we talk about was good.
Yes.
Positive.
Yes.
Useful.
Yes, exactly.
So I have this, I have a dream.
Yes.
That one day I will have a retreat in Thailand and Croatia, because I have this vision. I see it, and so because here Croatia is so beautiful country, Thailand is so beautiful country, and so people have both experience, to be in tropical paradise in Asia and to be in Europe, in Croatia. So it's all about to really, when people come, to really be there, to really be, you know,
That's
to
right.
really immerse in this present moment and to have the most profound, the most beautiful experience, to really feel, to really feel, you know,
To feel
because we
and to
are so,
connect. Yeah.
yes, we
Yeah.
are so rushing, we are so busy, we really don't live, like you said earlier. We are human beings, but we start to be human doings.
That's right.
Always
That's
doing.
right.
So I see that as place, this place as an oasis of peace, calm, serenity, amazing, healthy foods. Everything is so beautiful and very peaceful. This is very important, very peaceful.
Right. Right. Very, 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 very well said. And I know that you have your greatest strengths and your most challenging weaknesses. Can you share one with us?
I have a great intuition and feelings, and this is my strength. And weakness, I use humor a lot, you know. Also, my weakness is that I am feeling so much, you know. I can feel so many things which sometimes really sabotage me, you know, because I can feel so much, and then I cannot be, you know, so many times just focus on the work because I'm so very connected to many people, and I just feel I cannot explain that. So I say that it is my biggest strength and also biggest weakness.
Right.
So
So an empath.
to balance.
That's right. And in English we call that an empath. You're an empath, and a very there's a huge population base which is growing that are becoming more and more
And I'm a
empathetic.
peacemaker,
Yeah.
because for me the peace is number one, and many people say but love is number one. Well, there is no true love without peace, you know.
Yes, that's an interesting take and a huge topic. And one day you and I will definitely have that conversation because you know, there's a lot of people, they say that the number one need and want and desire in life is love, and I say it's freedom. So we will definitely have that conversation one day.
Now
We'll
we
have
can
a
start.
we will have
That
a
topic.
yes, that's right. And
Yes,
just bring in a few others and we'll have that conversation. Now I understand that you've got an online course.
I have some of them. Yes,
Oh, okay, so share with us some of the courses that you have.
I need to translate in English. Can I
Not a
say Croatian language? It will be much easier for me.
sure, go ahead.
So I have a meditation course Oslobodi snagu u sebi, totalna transformacija, moja osobna revolucija, mindfulness, mastermind. This is for
Perfect.
now.
Perfect. And
And I'm working on new one.
Okay, perfect. Well, we're looking forward to it, and we look forward to hearing what else is coming down the pipes with you, and hopefully one day we'll see that book, and hopefully
I have book in Croatian language. Everything is in Croatian language, but in the future I will also translate in English language.
which is
So
beautiful
you will.
because yes, because then we get to sit down and have a conversation about that, and then we get to have a bigger circle that you're in, because that is very, very important. And so at this point, I wanted to leave it open to you, Marijana. What is it that you would like to discuss that we haven't brought up just yet?
It depends what you are interested in. So just ask me a question.
Okay, so now I know that you have so much on your plate, and I do believe you're in a beautiful relationship. How could you not be? How,
I am.
there you go. And so how is it, how does the other half handle all this? Because, you know, that's a whole lot of woman, right? That has her plate full. And so how does that work out? Is he passionate? Is he along the same lines and understands your work? Or is it a bit of a challenge and it's something that he's warming up to? Give us a
He's my biggest support. He's my biggest
yay!
support, and he is the one who said to me, "You are writing. You write so great. You need to write and to make your own blog." And I was like, "No, I don't know how to write. I'm not good at that." And then he believed in me. He was the first who believed in me and who said, you can do it.
Yes.
And I was like starting, and he's my partner in love, in business. So I'm very grateful.
Isn't that
Happy
great?
woman.
Yes,
as
of course.
as you said, but you didn't know that question, that answer, but you.
No, it's beautiful. And you know what? There's a lot to be said, you know, and then it's a little bit of a give and take in every relationship, as you know. But if it's something that you both understand and you can grow together, of course, it'll be something even more beautiful.
But
Now,
every relationship is work in progress, like we
yes,
are, you know,
yes.
we are work in progress. So it's not like everything will be amazing all the time. It's really work in progress. And the first thing is to always have a good conversation. That's
right.
Number one.
Yes. And in order to have that conversation, I think the key component that every listener out there needs to know is, if you're willing to listen, that means you completely listen. Don't make up your own answers and think it should be this way or that way. Just allow for the other to give their half of the equation of whatever subject that you're discussing.
No presumption, no presumption. This is the right word, yeah. Don't
yes.
think what other person thinks, ask and listen.
That's
yes.
right. That's right. Because we're very good at asking, but we're not very good at listening. And I think that's real listening, you know, not hearing, because everyone can just go ahead and hear, right? Now, if any of our listeners out there would love to get a hold of you, how can someone get a hold of you?
Hold of you, what?
Your website, your, yes.
This is a new, hold on you.
Hold of you.
Hold of you. I never heard about it. So you see, I'm learning.
That's good.
I'm always open to learn. So I have my website in Croatian language.
Yes.
But I need to mojživotnidesign.com, and also Busyness to Happiness. This is podcast. So Busyness to Happiness podcast.
So Busyness to Happiness podcast with Marijana May, and
also Facebook, Instagram, Marijana May.
Marijana May.
Marijana. May. Yes.
There you go. There you go. So definitely, and I will definitely put up the link on my website under the podcast. So if anyone is interested in reaching out to Marijana and would like to get more involved in her work and maybe have Marijana on your show, definitely 100%. I'm sure Marijana would be open to that. So on that note, I wish to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Marijana, for coming on upliftinghumans.com. It is our website, and asking all our listeners out there to spread the good word, to tune in to Marijana. And again, we have new episodes we post every Sunday, and please do give us a feedback. And we're also on Facebook and Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much, and have yourselves a great day.
Thank you.